everybody. Welcome back to the Always Smiling Faces podcast.
And we are smiling.
The Always Smiling Faces podcast.
I'm sorry for anyone that was just listening to that. Mark's just bossed your eardrums. But Deka's got something he wants to say to you as well.
Well, when you know.
Hey!
Get in
It's built mint. So we'll just crack straight on because we've got a bit of celebrating to do on this podcast. Because I don't think...
Because it's 5 in a row, 5 in a row.
You reminded me loads of Westy there. You're like a Geordie Westy.
That was the plan.
Alright, okay. So yeah.
I'm certain I've got more teeth and I'm better looking.
Well,
he's the next.
I'll give you the teeth bit.
I don't know what it is. What is it again?
Westy.
He looks a bit like it.
Looks like he was like born in Mordor.
Okay. So better looking than Mark.
Horrible.
Sorry, what were you saying? You said something.
So yeah.
Yeah, announcement or something you said there, didn't you?
No, just happy
right,
podcast.
right,
I've got an announcement now. I've got nothing to announce.
Right.
I do have something to announce.
You can guarantee Deka I'll bring it down at some point.
Oh yeah, we're not even 10 minutes in yet.
So before we even get started, thank you to Guglielmo Clothing who sponsor the podcast. Use the hashtag AWSF pod at the checkout and you get a 10% discount on there.
Thanks.
Also, we've got a shout out to War Flags.
Yes.
War Flags have kindly
Thanks to our
donated
friends.
this flag
Look at this.
in honour of Miggy.
This is the flag.
This is
flag.
the flag.
You might recognise this from such illustrious displays as the Welcome War Miggy display. This was the one that was used in that, so kindly donate it to the table.
So
that
thank you,
we
ladies
can
and
show it.
gentlemen, from War Flags.
Thank you.
They've got a crowdfund now for a massive server flag at the moment, which is taking up
The size of the Gallowgate end.
So before we start recording, Adam mentioned this server flag.
True
so
story,
Adam,
this.
the man behind the camera, you might see him now and again knocking around at the Newcastle games. He told us that the flag was weighing 35
36. No, 36.
Was it 36?
36
ton.
That's right.
So
everybody, 52,000 people are needed to carry it into the game.
what's delivering this?
A crane.
Like they'd have to
They're going to rebuild the Titanic just to sail up the Tyne and deliver us.
They'd have to sew it in the ground, so they didn't have to carry it, just bits and bits.
They're
Tiny little
going to have to
corners.
have 73 Chinook helicopters.
Do you know, like,
will fly over and
when
deliver
you're
it in
growing
the
up, you
middle
might
of
as
the
well
pitch.
sewing some bullshit blanket and that for someone's down the street who having a bane and that. That's what they've been doing in the Gallagher's. Everyone's mad and the Gallagher's sewing it
Did
together.
you know Chris lives in medieval times?
Yeah, I was thinking
Your
that.
man has sword.
Back from the
Oh, my
Victorian.
mate used to love son.
Back from the Victorian hour times.
When I had the two banes, my man was straight over needles.
That's
like not heroin.
Fucking them bends! I hate the bastards! Get us in me comatose.
Wow, this took a turn for the worst, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Because we're giddy, because
I
we're
know,
one.
we're giddy. But it doesn't weigh 36 ton.
No,
it's
no,
36 stone
stone.
apparently.
Yeah.
Not ton. So
That's a
Or
huge
the
flag,
weight
yeah.
of a kebab that Deka eats on a Saturday night.
he's clean eating now.
Totally.
He doesn't have garlic on his kebab.
Totally. I've had out. Nothing bad. Salads, chicken, running.
It doesn't feel
weights.
the same when you say we won you now.
that
When
can
you haven't got a pint
I
in your hand.
haven't lost much yet, really, but I'm getting there.
It's not worth it then, is it?
You've lost your pint, I've noticed that.
Yeah, I'm not drinking during the week at all.
It doesn't feel the same. We won you now when
I know.
you've got a Coke.
Where's vodka and Coke? No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not drinking.
At least he's not pinching your can to pretend he's drinking this week.
That's true.
I listened to that back last week and the noise that made. Right, yeah, so the Everton game. Going in the game there was two changes. Obviously Longstaff wasn't in there and Keith
Yeah,
came
you
straight in.
were right, weren't you? With obviously
called
what you
it.
said the week before.
We
Yeah.
did.
Yedlin and Key
Yedlin
back in.
straight back in.
Yeah.
Which I think the week before we discussed who's going to come in from Longstaff, and I think we all agreed Diarmi was probably a bit too similar to Hayden.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Key was going to probably open a lot more doors going forward than
Yeah.
what Diarmi would, and I think it was a no-brainer. I wouldn't have been shocked if Diarmi had started.
Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest, I wouldn't have been.
That's what I thought you would have done, just because he likes to keep things protective, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More defensive minded. So I thought he might have played Diarmi.
Keep things calm.
You what?
Let's keep things calm.
Right, okay.
Okay.
I took us a while to figure out what brain was. What he just said. But yeah, Yedlin was back in on the right.
Yep.
And I thought both saw that coming as well, didn't I?
Was this as if he'd never been away?
I know. We'll get on the players later on.
Unfortunately.
We'll get on the players later on. So the game itself, it started off pretty shit. So
Oh, you're right there.
I was going to miss the game. So I was supposed to be at 9-5. I managed to get away and I got on the ground about 25 minutes after kick-off. Just after...
Still 20 minutes too early, weren't you?
Yeah, so just after Everton scored, I think it must have been about 5-10 minutes just before we got the penalty awarded.
Yeah.
First goal, I'll let you two talk because I haven't really even seen it. Like I've saw a
so
brief
how do you,
highlight.
Break down their left.
how do you think we started the game?
We started okay.
Because I didn't think we were that bad, you know.
No.
Everyone to me was going, oh, first half were absolutely dreadful, and I was like, nah.
I
I didn't think we were that bad. Like I thought we were better not to be 2-0 down.
The problem was, which we'll come on. It was what I'd kind of said in the preview last week in the review of the West Ham game. But they broke away down the left hand side and got away, and it was a good ball into the box. To be fair, it was a very good cross, and just got ahead in front of the defender. Just a little glancing header, put it in the opposite corner. But
where it started from, Richie's to blame, because Richie cleared the ball. Had all the time in the world. This is on our left hand side, and he basically smashed it to the edge of our arm box. He literally, instead of kicking it forward, he went over there, and then Perez got out one
sliced
in the air.
it.
Sliced it.
Oh, it was a terrible clearance, absolutely terrible. It put away in more trouble, and he had one. All he had to do was smash it down the line, which obviously he was trying to do, and when he hit it, and it went towards like the middle, almost the edge of our own box. Perez was never going to win that header in the air. That lad won the header, and then that's what then started off the.
Was it who was Morgan? Was Lascelles Morgan?
Yeah,
for me,
it happened so fast.
It
didn't it?
It wouldn't matter who was
header,
walking. It was a very good ball into the box and a very good header.
And there's some people like when I was checking Twitter on the way in, there's people saying, oh, like Dubravka couldn't do better than that.
No.
Looking at the highlight, that's in the corner. He's never reaching that. Never.
It was it was a good goal by them. Good, excellent cross and an excellent flick header.
I thought Lejeune was absolutely horrendous the first half. That was what
Lejeune was, Cher was.
I think you could say that probably.
There wasn't anybody really
first
half.
back 3-5.
I thought Lascelles played well. I thought Lascelles was solid. I thought maybe it was his fault for the goal, but I honestly thought during the game, loads of times he was covering for Lejeune and just smashing someone out of play, or certainly the ball. He was strong. I thought he was all right. He got booked for Nout, as far as I was concerned.
No, that was
at the time. But, and I thought we were okay. We weren't great by any stretch, but we were 2-0 down. I mean, Perez had an amazing chance. We missed a penalty. I just felt we were a bit unlucky to be 2-0 down.
Yeah. So after obviously we conceded the first goal, then it's probably back and forwards, really, isn't it? It's not like I don't think anyone took control of the game. Obviously, we were probably pushing a little bit more, I would say, if anything.
For me, we were just massively outrun in midfield. Again, like we had been against West Ham. They had 5 across the centre of the park against our 2, and every time they just pushed through us.
They were getting the ball up the pitch a lot quicker than what we were.
They played with a lot more intensity, and they went forward in numbers. And with 2 in midfield, they were just getting pushed further and further back, where they were basically playing on the defenders' toes, which I think led to a lot of the errors that Cher was making, the errors Lejeune was making. Well, you see the amount of pressure that they were under. The
issue you've got with Cher, right? And I felt very sorry for him, to be honest with you, in the first half, because obviously Dubravka, someone's giving him the ball, and he come out with it loads of times. Sometimes he was almost having to beat 3 men before there was a pass available. You can't have your centre half doing that every time he collects the ball. So it was either, here you go, mate, beat 3 players and then pass it, or I want you to play a 70-yard ball that way. I'm sorry, like he needs to have more options than that. Going back to what you're saying about getting flooded in midfield, the issue that we're getting at the moment playing 3 at the back, and you know how much I love the formation, Richie and Yedlin at times just want to be as a back 5 too much. So as soon as them are on the attack, we'll just go back to the 5, which then leaves you 2 in midfield. Richie and Yedlin have to have the balls to not instantly want to regroup. Stay where you are. Stay. Try and become a 4 in midfield to try and, because what they're doing is they're dropping straight back onto the 5, and as you rightly say, they're just bombing on there.
I think when you're playing against a team that are playing like that, they were playing with 2 wide men. So they're automatically making your 2 wing backs play as full backs in a 5. So for me, that's where Perez and Almiron need to drop back and help the midfield more. There would just seem to be a big gap between Hayden and...
Before we get on everything there, obviously it was 1-0. Obviously Everton get a great start of the game. And you think from there, oh shit, maybe it's going to be one of them games where we're just going to be backs against the wall. But it wasn't. The chances were there. Obviously, the major talking point was the penalty. So the ball gets lifted over. Rondon, he wins the ball. Pickford goes.
It was a good cross there.
Pickford goes up for it.
Misses
it. Then, without a shadow of doubt, he lands feet on the ground. He looks up. He sees Ron. He wipes him out. That's his first. He knows fine well the ball's 100%. Nowhere near him.
no intention of taking the ball or anything like that, because he knows the ball's gone. The only thing he can do to stop Rondon scoring is to wipe him out.
So during the game, I was thinking the whole double jeopardy thing, he's not sending them off because of this. Obviously, looking back at the replays now, it's a red card.
See, I said the same at the match. It's like, he can only not be sending them off because of double jeopardy. However, that is not a double jeopardy situation. He's made no attempt whatsoever to play the ball.
Yeah.
There has not been any accidental clashes or accidental fouls. He has deliberately wiped out Rondon.
He thought he was going off there because he stayed on the deck for a couple of seconds. He thought he was going off, and he was lucky to stay on the pitch. But obviously, he didn't get sent off. There was uproar. It took a few minutes just to get that.
Not even get a card.
I know.
Well, that was the biggest kick in the teeth. That he didn't even get a yellow.
I thought personally, I'm only talking real time here, right? I know everyone's going off, and I was like, oh, I think he should be. However, there was a lad on the line, the number 5, the big lad.
Was on the post, wasn't he?
So I thought, maybe he's thinking he's not last man. Then I thought double jeopardy, but then I thought, well, it's blatant that though. Yeah. It's blatant.
I didn't even try and disguise it.
So I thought he could go, but then the referee didn't make any urgence quick enough, even in his part. I thought, shit, he
bottled it, didn't he?
Didn't book him, which I couldn't believe he didn't book him.
You think being the home team, that's a no-brainer decision, wouldn't you?
It's us though.
We've
had more penalties in the last month than we've had in the last bloody 10 years.
I'm a bit surprised that the referee didn't just take a few seconds and go, actually, I want to speak to my linesman and just sit there, have a few minutes and go, do you know what it is, right? So let's talk about this. He's just rugby tackled him. What should I really do?
Yeah. Well, you say that, but the linesman
common sense.
The linesman couldn't decide which way to give a throw in for half of the game. Never mind making
a linesman are pointless. Didn't get started on linesman. Jesus Christ.
The one on my side was alright.
The wait for referees.
that one, the one on your side was fine. It was that one.
The way for referees to make a decision which way the ball is going for a throw, and then they put the flag up. That's not the point of view.
The amount of times that the ball was a yard out of play, the linesman didn't flag it, and they were running up the wings and stuff like that, giving blatant throw-ins the opposite way. Not just in our favour.
Yeah, both.
Against us. It was both ways.
We did get the penalty. Richie steps up, and normally when Richie steps up the penalty, you think, I scored this. Even though he's left foot, I'm getting a whole left foot thing. That I'm never confident with left foot. I mean, he scored his last one, but even then, I didn't feel confident, and then is that
I felt even less
was
confident. No, I just had a bad feeling.
Well, I normally do anyway when we get penalties, but when it was Pickford in goal, I thought, it's Pickford. He's a Sunderland fan. He's gonna score it.
You know what it is? I knew Richie was going to put it down the middle.
Did he intentionally put it down the middle, or was it just? Did he just?
Yeah, he did, because that's his last one. He put down the middle as well.
It's one of them, right? It's one of them where you see Aubameyang's for Arsenal, right? His was a shit penalty, but the keeper went the wrong way.
Yeah.
So if the keeper goes the other way, it's the best penalty ever.
Well, the thing is,
it was a poor penalty.
No, it doesn't matter which way the keeper's gone. He's going to save that, and
look how far Pickford was off his line.
I don't think he was.
He didn't. He was miles off it.
He
didn't dive sideways. This is part of the issue. He didn't dive sideways at all. He dived forward on a diagonal.
Yeah, but he's allowed as soon as the ball's kicked. You don't have to stay on the line. You're just not allowed to step off the line until the ball's kicked. You can move forward after the ball's kicked. You don't have to stay flat on your line. You can dive forwards. Sure, you can. You just got to stay feet on the line until the ball's kicked. I don't think you got to dive either side. You can go where really.
He's right there. Like, it'd be very difficult to stay on the line and then dive left. You've
got
to plant. You know what I mean. You sort of plant.
I'm pretty confident your feet got to be on until the ball's kicked. Then you
which
can
never
do
happens.
the hell you want.
Which never happens.
Oh no, it's all
every time he's running up, the keeper's normally moved off his line. But at the end of the day, it was a poor penalty. And then what? The worst scenario of all time happened 60 seconds after that.
It wasn't long after, was it?
Well, the thing is,
worst, man.
It was a couple of... The ball didn't go out of play for a little while.
Well, Hayden was down, wasn't he?
And then it finally went out, and then Pickford was in front of the Leazer's end giving this.
Well, that was after they scored the second that. So
no. It was after the penalty. So it was still a couple
he's
of
obviously, in fairness,
he's a prick. The ball went out, and that's when he was then giving it to
he's canny.
The crowd.
However, he had 50,000 on his case the whole game, rightfully so, because he's a prick. But when he saves that penalty, however, I'm surprised he didn't have his top off.
Top of the world, wouldn't you be?
Of course he would be. Of course he would. I would be if I was playing against Sunderland and I saved one. I'd be literally giving them the fingers.
Well, it then went out for it was either a goal kick or a throw in, and then they broke up the other end and.
So their second goal. I'm going to say something about Dubravka in a minute, but their second goal, was it a foul on Hayden? Do you think should the ball went out of play? So, do you think it was a foul on Richie in the box?
I don't think the ball should have went out there. I think the referee should have sorted it.
So what I saw was the foul on Hayden. obviously he had a head injury, so
After
letter
that,
of the
ball
law,
goes back out, though,
he should have stopped the game at that point. The ball went forward, it then got cleared, and then as I think it was Richie might have cleared it again, and then the ball got played forward.
Richie gets
and then
off the ball.
As their player ran into the box, their player actually ushers the ball.
I've never seen that.
With
I'll be
top
honest,
of
like,
his-
I've never seen that.
That's
It's tough to say it's hard.
That's not handball if it's there. Sorry.
No, it wasn't. I'm saying he's more chest up at arm kind of thing as he goes into the box with it. So I was shouting handball at the time. Then he obviously goes in.
Richie
has the shot. It pulls it across to Dubravka.
Richie
terrible, yeah. And I don't want to. I sat here weeks ago and said I'll never criticise Richie, and I won't. But a lot of people around me were shouting that was a foul, and that was
a foul.
For me, it was handball. Just before he goes into the box.
You mentioned this handball.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
But again, I'm on an angle kind of looking.
Well, I've seen the replays of it many times, and I didn't think that was a handball. But I thought the Hayden scenario, I thought maybe the ref should have stopped it because it was
just another bad decision.
I don't think it's up to the players to put the ball out for a head.
No, it's probably
up to the referee because if we carried on playing, like I would not celebrate the goal. It's up to the referee to decide that.
I thought Dubravka was poor for that goal. I really do.
That shot come cross was absolutely raked directly at him. There's not a great deal he could have done.
Well, 2 hands would have helped. He went down with one and just crueled it straight to the. And I thought it was a bit.
It's hard to dive with 2 hands together like that.
So he doesn't necessarily parry it back out. He does save it.
He has to save it.
It's not just the speed of the shot which takes it back out.
For me, I kind of point the finger blame at Dubravka there.
I thought
it's a very powerful, strong shot.
An instinctive,
more or less in point blank range at him, and he's having to dive and put it away, and it just happens to fall to one of their players.
This podcast, no one agrees.
No, I just think a point blank range I disagree with as well. No, I disagree. It
was the edge of this bloody 6-yard box practically.
Bollocks, absolute bollocks.
I love Deka looks even goes bollocks.
He wasn't though. He wasn't. He wasn't. I'm trying to get it. Please do, please, because he's not. I'm not saying he's not. He's close to the 6-yard, but he's running away from goal almost because he'll run out for a goal kick almost. It's a cross, not a shot either. By the way, it's a cross.
Cross
and I would expect your goalkeeper to go down with 2, not just your one hand, and certainly to spoon it or put it back where he put it. I just thought it was a soft goal, to be honest with you. But
you're going to spend all night trying to find that video now, aren't you?
I'll find it, but.
So yeah, just we'll forget it. It's like it's done. But the goal got conceded. Obviously, we're 2-0 down.
Fans went berserk when that one went in. Like
I think that's when the referee lost it. So
he'd lost it.
He'd lost it before that. I think.
I think completely though. Like his head was gone.
Yeah.
The referee's head was gone. The official's head was gone.
Yeah.
And that's when we play our best.
You know what it is?
We're getting fucked over.
I said this after the game and like talking about it subsequently is the best thing that happened for us on that game was Pickford not getting sent off.
Yeah, of course it was.
Because it then went on, and the way that the officials were going, the fact that he was on and he was constantly playing up to the crowd and stuff like that.
And the fact that Rondon was getting fouled every time he went up for a bastard.
Well, that was another thing, is the amount of times that he had a player on his back physically over the top of him, and the referee wasn't giving anything.
He must have been thinking that he was just, what Cunny used to do, just
gone
out.
Like forced down,
and it wasn't that at all.
Nah, they were constantly over on top because they're big old units. They're 2 central defenders.
Oh, they are. I agree. I tell you another bit that I didn't think was a foul personally, but on Almiron when he went past 3 players or a couple, and he just overhit it a bit, and then that lad coming in after steamrolling. Yeah, I didn't think it was a foul. Like people were going mental, and I was like, well, to me, he won the ball. I thought. I try not to be biased either. I just try to see what I see.
So he did, but the thing is, for me, is he still dived in 2-footed. Yes, he went through the ball.
Everyone
and then through the player.
He showed he stood. How can you not show you stood with a sliding tackle?
But if you're going in,
you cannot slide and tackle
out of control.
Aye, but if
you're off the ground going in with 2 feet.
It depends how you.
He did win the ball, but he went through the ball and then through the man.
It depends how you.
Also, you can't stop physically. If you're going in for a sliding tackle, you can't win the ball and go right. I need to stop now. Yeah. Like
that's the whole point.
Physics takes you where you're going to go.
You shouldn't be putting that tackle in.
To be fair, you probably could have got a free kick, but I don't think I've been a harsh red card.
Oh my god! I mean, I would have liked it.
Yeah, great.
Again, I'm not saying
where's the difference between that one and the Huddersfield one? The difference is he didn't take the ball first.
But that's exactly it. But
it's still then the same motion. There's still the same.
Not at all. Not at all. He won the ball, man. On the Huddersfield one, he's took the lad out. That's polar opposite as far as I'm concerned.
On the Huddersfield one, Almiron's too fast for the player.
He was on that one.
No, he wasn't. He got the ball.
He's still fast, but he got the ball.
He overhit it a bit, and I did worry. I did kind of like go, oh no, because I thought he's going to get absolutely wiped here. Like, but sorry, digress.
So they're going into half time there.
I thought
the officials get.
He's got absolutely slated.
Absolutely slated. Like really, really loud. And we've said so many times in this podcast, when something goes wrong, the fans, this is when the fans are the best. Yeah. This is when the atmosphere is the best. You go right back to that Toyota goal against Man City or similar like that. Obviously, I've never heard noise like it after that Toyota one. That's the loudest I've ever heard St James's Park, because that was.
It just got everybody wound up. I mean, the thing where the referee gave a corner because Cher went up for the cross, came in and Cher went in for the header, and he went through the back of Digney and wiped him out.
Yeah.
And then he helped him. Well, I'm saying helped him, tried to pull him up off the floor because he was basically pretending to be injured. So he tried to lift him up and saying, "Come on, get on with it." And then he started kicking off, so everybody started having a bit of a melee. And then he gave a free kick to
what was all that about? Then the player didn't go. He was off the pitch getting treatment.
Aye.
Then he came straight back on. Then the referee didn't do anything.
We did that. He did that a couple of times where players were getting treatment and he didn't send them off initially, and you had to then go off.
As Chris said, it was because he was rattled. He had lost all of the basics.
I
didn't think he gave a free kick. Personally, he gave a corner, and then all that happened, and I think he forgot what he had give. And Pickford just took a goal kick.
He gave a free kick. I'm assuming because he then, whether or not the linesman had said it's been a foul on Digney or something like that, because to be fair, Shed did wipe him out. He was going for the ball.
He loves getting stuck in.
Doesn't give a shit, does he?
No, he doesn't.
But again, that had the whole crowd because he gave the corner, pointed it, and it was only because there was then a melee that he then decided to change his decision.
So going into half time, did you think that's game over?
I'll be honest, I probably did. I sent me that. I said if we could get maybe one early, we might get back in the game, because I didn't think we played really poorly. But I did think they're not going to hoist 2 goals away.
So at half time, I
thought it would be very, very difficult to get back into the game.
Well, that's was texted at half time, and I thought, when you're coming home, I'll just come straight after the match. I haven't got that much money, I can't be bothered to stay out, I'll just jump straight on the metro.
There was people left at half time.
What a bad decision that was, I'll tell you that. Jesus. After full time.
My last is a passion. I'll get you set out. I was like, right, mint. I was shotgunning cans and behind everything, and I was like, is me way out?
Rings me at 6:30, what are you doing? I say, I'm just now, it's me just chilling out. Oh, lads are letting us out, do you want to come out?
There wasn't a single person out in the world, but never mind though.
So second half, obviously, Lascelles goes off injured. What injury is it? A knee injury, or have I just made that up?
I haven't heard, no, I don't know. I was surprised when he went off, because
he didn't show any signs that he was injured or anything like that, did he?
I thought someone had said, do you think he's taken him off because he had been booked at half time, and he had applauded the ref, which he did. He should have been more careful there, because he got booked and then he started applauding the ref. I thought, crikey. But he's not going to take him off because he's booked. I think he's took him off because he's obviously felt something. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Just be a safe side. Rafa's pretty thought, well, not necessarily, but he's thought, I'm risking another player. If Shaw gets booked, which he did later on in the game, that's him out for 2 games. And possibly sells out for God.
Say at first I didn't know whether it had been a bit of a tactical change, in that he was going to go to a back 4. So
the match started, like the Cells did go off, Dummett came on. Yeah. And they still started in the same formation for the first 5 to 10 minutes.
Left hand side of the 3.
Then gradually it dropped back to the back 4.
Well, it was 60 minutes.
That was good.
It took until, because of what I'd kind of said around the midfield and stuff like that, and I thought it was still going the same way at the start of the second half, and I was like, this was a perfect opportunity with bringing Dummett on to go and play 4 at the back and push into midfield and tighten it up and stop them overrunning with. But it took until the 60th minute for that to actually happen. Richie went from the left and went and played across on the right.
On the right, yeah. And then Almiron
went to the left.
So, Richie was getting very frustrated with Almiron at points during that game, because I just don't think they're on the same wavelength.
So I was watching that because obviously it's
Did you notice
it's
it as well?
in line with me, and what was happening is I think Almiron is so quick and clever is that the rest just they can't keep up with him, and he's got this habit of doing it. What Andy called, I think I've mentioned it before, is he points where he wants the ball.
Yeah.
But you point as if to say pass it forward. He doesn't get the pass there, so he then points somewhere else.
Yeah.
It like goes somewhere else. So then, like, I think Richie's then caught in two minds of, well, do you want it there or do you want it there? Like, make your mind up where you're going. But I think it's just the need to get. He either needs to release the ball faster as soon as he points and does it. Or
There's a couple of times where Almiron did get the ball and he just anticipates where a player should be or where he would be as that player. And there's a couple of times where he just kicked it out of play.
There
Richie's gone.
There was one where
that was an unlucky one with Richie, because Richie was standing there 1 minute and then Richie moved and then Almiron gave him he was gone. It did happen. You know
the worst one though was when he had it on the left hand side. He turned and hit a reverse pass out to Yedlin on the right wing. That wasn't anywhere near there.
No one there.
It was like, what? And I was like, well, I can see what he's
trying to
do. What he's trying to do, what he thinks is going to be there, but we were so far behind that there was just nobody. Up there
I thought sometimes as well, a lot. Well, certainly not the second half, because in fairness, well, I know what happened, but I felt that in the first half we just needed to just breathe on the ball a bit. Just we seemed to be so panicky and like looking for this final ball immediately. I was just like, calm down, so we'll just get the ball.
For me, I
think
that was because of the intensity of Everton's play and the number of bodies that they had, that they wouldn't let us settle on the ball. Was the way I kind of looked at it.
I felt as if sometimes, because the fans were obviously massively up for it, which was great. And we weren't on the players' backs, I didn't feel, but I just felt as if the fans felt that they had to like do more. Sorry, the players had to do more, so that they were getting the ball and they were like, shit, I need to go forward, and you're like, no, just keep the ball, just calm down. But no one seemed to do it.
So first goal, we'll get the goal which sets her up to go on and win the game. I know we've criticised and mentioned Richie a bit. He starts that, so Richie starts that first. That back heel, it's a dead ball, like nothing. He just runs back and knocks that
very clever,
back,
really,
back of his heel. And I'm not sure who it is that he sets up. Is it Hayden that he sets up on the right? Hayden plays in, then I think it's just Perez.
He lumps it up to Rondon
non-stop, isn't it?
Beautiful goal.
That's a fantastic goal. Like
the finish from, I honestly don't understand how he got his body into that shape to.
It's just it's the coolness of those two. There's no urgency. They're not pressurised on the ball. They just take the time with it, and it's just perfect. Every single thing about that goal is perfect.
I have to say, Perez did unbelievably for that goal. His header down to Rondon to start it was class.
The second one,
but that
from
pass,
that little chip, chipped pass.
Bear in mind, he's in the box with three defenders.
He looks
and
up
he just waits, doesn't he?
Calmness, like
he just
so
waits
calm.
to allow Rondon to give him time, and then.
I can't believe
perfect.
every single defender just left Rondon and just got.
I think it's because everyone got wrapped up with Perez. Think Perez is just going to
shoot. It was absolutely.
If that goal had been done by one of Man City, Man United, Chelsea, like Sky would be wanking themselves daft off that.
But it didn't really get any.
It was a fantastic.
I mean,
goal.
other than Rafa saying if Messi had scored that or Shearer had scored it or something like that, then people would be raving about it.
I know Shearer just got goal of the month for last month there, but you look at that goal as a team goal. I'm saying team goal. There's only 4 players involved, but how we got that one off, and it's a back heel that starts that off.
The technique, the finish, man. For me,
it's pinpoint. Everything about that is pinpoint.
I do think the keeper should do better.
Under him.
The keeper should do better, but you're right what you say. You can't, to turn the ball over at the halfway line like we did, and then produce that. And
those are normally the goals we concede.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I thought it was a tremendous goal, and I just felt when it went in, I don't know, there was a belief, wasn't there, from everyone.
When that goal went in, I thought we could. I didn't think win.
Yeah, but definitely
we can get something.
Yeah, out of this game. And as the game went on, I felt like the Gallowgate was just sucking the ball to that end of the field, just sucking it down the field.
Sucking balls like a porn star.
They literally were. Honestly, the ball just was just getting sucked
like
out of that eye.
It's when the crowd is in that type of mood and it rubs off, because we've talked about the effect that the crowd has when it's like that negatively used, and it turns it into a poisonous atmosphere. It did turn it into a poisonous atmosphere, but it turned it into that atmosphere for Pickford and for Everton and for the officials.
Do you know what I know about Pickford? Like,
rejuvenated our team.
Some people are saying that, even the manager saying that he didn't feel the pressure of Newcastle fans.
He 100%
if you notice when Everton's got that ball,
100%
and they're going fair out the pitch, Pickford is getting further and further away from his goal. There's one point he's nearly stood on the halfway line, and I think the manager's telling him to get back because he's that far forward. He's probably thinking, I'm getting away from these fuckers out here.
He had loads of like nervous twitches. Because I watched him quite a lot when he was just standing when the ball was out or whatever, and he's always like kicking his leg, or he's like just I don't know. He had this like nervous.
He was constantly shouting, and when things he was like freaking out and stuff
all the
like
time.
that.
And I was just
the amount of times he skew-iffed the ball out into touch.
We give him loads of shit, which was amazing. We give him loads, and I found it every time. I was just crying.
Do you know what Joe Hart? Every time Joe Hart used to play, we used to give him shit, but like in a humorous
he would. That's the thing is, he would take it and start having a bit
Pickford
big banter
was
back.
getting
He was getting wound up.
The one that I remember the most, to be honest, was before we scored. Rondon
when he chipped him.
He chipped him. The ball went over the top, and I actually didn't think
Rondon
was going to get there. Then he did the tongue thing. I thought I did. Of course, I didn't see him do it, but I knew I could just tell that he was probably buzzing that went wide. And
he was shitting himself.
But the thing is because that had been his mistake. He came running off his line.
Rondon did well again.
He just chipped him. I mean, I could see it was going wide, like.
Oh,
the
whole. I could because I'm on line. I sit bang on line with the 18-yard line.
I can see it.
Can you? And that's why that first goal, the Perez one.
You had your black coat on
Saturday. I had me Keegan one eye. It was just amazing, absolutely unbelievable. And then, as you've said as well, when we got that goal, you just felt that actually we're probably going to get something here. And then to get the next one, I thought Almiron did very well for that goal.
So the second one, so just straight on that second goal, Almiron gets it, and we'll just his shot. Jesus, we were talking about in the car coming down.
I don't think anybody in the ground, let alone Pickford, expected him to shoot from there with that amount of power.
Well, he's it
and movement, and that's it. People saying again, Pickford should do better.
He should.
Technically, he's parried it and it's came down, but
it's a horrible
pace that ball was hitting.
The three things about that shot,
it was all over the place.
He hits it with power. It's moving all over the shop, and it's an awkward height for Pickford because it's dips, at his face.
It dips just before it gets to him.
So you can't really tip it over because it's too low to tip it over. If he parries it either side, there could be someone there. It slaps his hand. He basically slaps at it, doesn't it?
To be fair, I think he was trying to tip it over, but it just takes that. Yeah. It just took a bit of a dip before, so he has to
He'll be disappointed.
Of course he will. Of course.
So that's shit goalkeeping. If the
goalkeeper,
absolutely. If the goalkeeper's disappointed in himself, there's a reason why. Shit goalkeeping. And, and then Perez's finish was shit. Really, it wasn't good.
He just poked it underneath.
It went underneath him, but
he's so slow at getting down.
Yeah. He was. Yeah,
so slow. It goes straight under him.
Brilliant credit though for Perez to follow it on. There's a lot of people. On a shooting, they'll just watch it. Yeah. Perez was actually moving, anticipating. Because my feeling would be if someone hits a ball like that, this keeper ain't going to keep a hold of it. So let's just try and gamble. You know what I mean? And it paid off, which was brilliant. Then I thought, well, I'll tell you what was mint actually when that goal went in. Obviously, everyone's gone mental. I'm kissing someone I didn't know. And then Hayden was the one person that went, let's get back because we're going to beat the... It's
amazing. So
I didn't see that because I was on the floor or something.
At the time, you don't see it in the ground, but the videos now, you're looking back at it, and I tweeted after the game there, you see him run to them, and his instinct is just to grab them, then tell them get back because we can physically can't win this game.
It was more or less directly in front of me, but I'm just getting ballistic, all over the place.
Absolutely brilliant.
But the noise when that second one went, the equaliser went in, if St James Park fucking wouldn't have won anymore. Because it was loud when that went in.
As I knew we were going to win though once that went in, because you could just see Pickford's reaction and stuff like that.
He was blaming his defence, wasn't he?
Their players just looked deflated like that. They'd thrown away too.
They did. Well, after the first one went in for me, when the first one went in, them looked.
It wasn't just Pickford that crumbled. It was the full defence.
And you know what it is? That has been us so many times, being in that position of having a lead and throwing it away.
In fairness, we wouldn't have won that game if we were away from home. That wouldn't have happened. It happened.
How many times have we been in that position where we've gone 2-0 down and we can't come back, and it's gone on to stay that way and stuff like that? At half time, I didn't see it coming, but the longer that second, once we made the change after 60 minutes, had gone to the 4-4-2. Basically,
I actually thought Shelby did really well when he come on. I know that.
So the sub switch came on.
He did great, when he come on.
Richie went off, and was it Kennedy that came on for Richie?
Kennedy, aye.
It's a strange one for me. That Kennedy coming on, he didn't out.
He didn't do anything wrong either, apart from
he lost the ball very early. But that, you know, it was. I thought
he tried to take a player and he just got lost with the ball.
Yeah, he did a few challenges towards the end that were important ones. But I agree with you in terms of being a strange one, because I thought Bernard had Yedlin on toast the entire game. He's a lovely little player, that Bernard, great skill, and he was just lashing Yedlin constantly. And I thought keeping Richie on obviously protects Yedlin, whereas Kennedy I felt isn't. Like, do you know what I mean? But maybe Rafa's thought, actually no, you know, we need to get back.
But it was more to get forward.
Yeah, so it's a fair enough positive one. Really.
Shelby came on for, was it Key that Shelby came on for?
Yeah, Key came off.
So Key goes off, and Shelby, when he came on, he looked active. He looked active. I also said this on the call. He's never ever going to be a fast player. He's going to be a slow player. But give him the ball, and we said last week he could be the perfect player for Almiron. Yeah. Just behind them balls over the top. He played some
lovely ones.
I know.
He played outside
over the top,
Perez.
and you're laughing. Yeah. You're laughing.
The thing is in that game, at the stage that it was, and the way that they were playing, they allowed him the time and the luxury to be able to just pick those passes and stuff like that, and that's where you can't let him do it.
No, you can't.
As a team playing against him, you cannot give him time and space just to pick balls.
I thought his corners, every corner was literally like exactly where you'd want it to be on the 6-yard line. Everyone was
Dummett nearly scored twice.
Yeah,
Dummett shot like
Dummett had a header that
it was similar to the one that he scored against. Was it Manu? He scored that goal against where he just twats it as hard as he can. A couple of inches to the left, and that's in the top corner.
When it come to him, I was actually quite happy it came to him, because I thought he's got a decent left peg on him. He got it under control. I thought he's going to score. Yeah,
I thought the chance. I was like, Dummett's going to get one here.
Yeah. It would have been sweet Dummett getting the winner.
Yeah,
against Pickford.
It would have been good, wouldn't it?
It would have been sweet. But the winner came through Perez, and it came from Yedlin just trying to take a random shot. And he sliced that.
Yeah, is that where it came from?
Yeah, it came from Yedlin slicing the ball.
I thought that he sliced it just fucked up, and I thought Hayden knocked it in.
So he sliced it, then it went to Hayden. I'm sure Hayden knocked it in from there.
Just try and keep it alive.
I don't think Everton player touches it from the slice.
I think Yedlin just tries to tie it back into the.
I thought he was trying to shoot.
No, he tries to shoot.
He's just trying to.
He tries to shoot because he's pissed off. Because if you notice, a couple of corners before that. He's the only defender. Everyone else wants to get up the pitch.
He's shouting the ball to Hayden, isn't he?
He's trying to get Hayden back. He's trying to get Kennedy back. No one's going back. He's the only one there on the edge, like on the halfway line, and that's why he's pissed off. He's probably just thinking, "Fuck this! I'm just going to hit it." He hits it, slices it. Then obviously that's where the goal comes from. Yeah, so it's offside, which makes it even better.
Even at the ground, at the game, I was like, he is miles off. First of all, I thought Perez for me, because Perez, as the ball went in, he was standing on the line practically. Yeah. And looking at it at the time, I didn't think he'd actually got out. I thought he was still in where he was, and then Rondon had put it back in, and then he just got.
I didn't know how he scored it. Just a crowd for me. I didn't know.
I was exactly where the linesman was. Yeah. Honestly, exactly where he was. And when he hit the ball, I thought everyone was offside except Rondon. I thought. I didn't
think Rondon was offside.
And then I thought, well, Perez is the first phase. He's not involved, but then he was definitely involved in the second phase.
But exactly the same.
Since I've seen it, I haven't even seen that one back. Actually, to be honest,
5 of them offside.
Is Rondon's
offside. Oh fuck, Dubravka's offside, man. Everyone's offside.
I knew at least 5.
Rondon's tight, but then the rest of them.
He's offside. He's easily offside. There's no thing about where you can say, that's close. He's offside.
Half of them is onside.
He's offside.
But I honestly. At the time, I was like, how on earth have we got away with that? Because we don't get bits of luck like that.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't happen to us. So
the third goal that goes in, and we're talking about the atmosphere when the second went
honestly, in. I'm jumping up and down. There was some bloke next to us who I've never seen before. Sitting there, he's grabbing us from one side. The bloke sitting next to us grabbing us from the other.
Even the old fella on my shoulder, he was happy.
We're jumping up and down. Bloody falling over for friggin' seats in front of you. It was just scenes, limbs everywhere.
I think, did the people that sit next to me, Adam, did they leave before the third goal went in? I'm sure they did, because I'm sure I had them 3 seats to myself to celebrate. I'm sure they left.
Well, there's people went out at half time, like rounding about me.
I would we mentioned this before. Like, you just look at the Man City game, like, you never leave at half time because
I said there was a lad at work today said, I left at half time. I missed that. Well, you deserved it. You deserved to miss that because if you can't stay, stay and support them when they need you, you don't deserve to enjoy the good times.
So, in fact, we'll go on to the question and answers after this. I don't want to say too much on this one because there's loads of question and answers. Loads of questions sent in tonight, but we'll wait for Deka to get back. But in regards to game wise, is that probably up there with the best that you've seen at St James's Park this season? It has to be.
Not in the
This season.
I don't know.
How many stand off the top
First
of your
half
head this season?
performances was poor. Second half, as we went on, we played very well for the last half an hour. It's probably one of the best half an hours I've seen.
So what game off the top of your head can you think that was? Obviously Man City game. I'm just saying, in regards to games, just closing it up, in regards to games, is that up there with the best you've seen this season at St James's Park? Thinking of as a whole, rather than performances, thinking as a whole.
Results-wise, it's a brilliant result.
I was judging on how I feel leaving the ground, and I was ecstatic leaving that ground.
I was really, really happy when we beat Man City, like. So
Man City, even Huddersfield and Burnley when we beat them.
Yeah,
the other couple of weeks.
When you're coming from behind, though, man, isn't it?
What was it against Man City, though?
Yeah.
I agree.
Especially two.
And
we missed a penalty.
It probably was the best feeling I've had, but it was very, very close to Man City, because Man City would being a goal down to them was incredible to win that game.
So that's five in a row now.
From that game, I believe.
5 in a row.
From Man City on.
5 in a row.
And is that the first time?
5 in a row.
Since by Robson era, I think, isn't it? It's the first. Well, it's joint that, I believe, anyway. So yeah, it's been a long time since we've. I think anyone to win, except the real big boys, to win 5 consecutive home games is incredible.
Considering how bad our home form was for the majority of this season.
Well, lost 7 in a row, wasn't it? It's unbelievable turnaround, and it was a game that doesn't come around very often.
Yeah.
And the last time we had a game like that was Norwich at home, which was Championship, so you're looking at that 3 years ago or whatever it is. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. Every single one of them deserves so much credit, to not give up and not think, oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely
incredible. Really
it's happened so many times in the past, hasn't it, where they do just throw the towel in. And
yeah, many times.
Yeah, we could have easily went out and just got battered in that game, easily.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
good feeling.
And you know what it is? It's just as well we did win because Cardiff won and
that was something else that we talked about after. We didn't know it at the time, but it was a must-win game based on the results that had happened in and around with.
It happened with the Man City game. I remember when we beat Man City, I was like, God, just as well we did because everyone else had won. And
Cardiff win.
I was really shocked them beat West Ham.
Brighton won, didn't it? Fulham won.
Southampton won.
So
it was a great win, and you kind of be more happy out of the players really. And in fairness to Rafa as well, I thought his changes are brilliant, and then changing the formation. Do
you know what's hilarious?
I would have just liked to have seen it happen faster than it did.
Well, it happened at 60. I mean, it's not too bad. He normally changes things at 75, 80 him, but
another thing so there's a couple of things which happened. So the players are on the pitch afterwards celebrating. The refs are still getting booed off the pitch.
Well, that was funny that because
the players must be
it's very interesting though, because that's the first time in a very long time that a lot of players have stayed on and came up. There's only ever Lascelles that comes up regardless of what's happening.
Because
very occasionally
it's something happened that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I understand that. And the thing is with that booze, it went from being the referee then to Pickford. It just merged into all one, didn't it? And then
obviously it then came out kind of yesterday and today, the video taken from above the players' tunnel.
He thought he was McGregor.
When he's wanting to take everything outside.
Horrible.
But he's still laughing when he's going off. I'm mate. Simmer down, man. But another thing, when I was going in the ground, obviously I was 25 minutes late going in. There's two Everton lads come up to us and they're going, oh, where's the weekend? I knew Everton had just scored. Obviously I'm on the east stand, so instincts weekend's to the left. Fucking sent them back to the fucking buried in there. See you later, lads.
Down there, turn right, go around the park.
That was my little bit of joy from the game. Class. But anything else to add for this one?
No, fantastic. I can't tell you how happy I am still now.
Great feeling.
Yep.
So 5 wins, so onwards and upwards.
Happy days.
Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, thank you for subscribing. If you don't like the
go and stare girls' bums in car parks.